Hi Gemini, and welcome to your reading. This is a reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Mars for November 2021. This reading can be valid for another time when this reading finds you or you find this reading, so it doesn't have to be necessarily November 2021. Take what resonates as always and leave the rest behind. So in the beginning of the reading I will talk about general energies for you and your general situation, and in the second part of the reading I will talk about love and love relationships. This can also be relationships that are close in family or friends, and also in your workplace maybe, but I'm emphasizing of course on romantic relationships. So let's get started here. This is a big month for all of us because we are back in eclipse season. So there's a full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus on the 19th. Taurus is about money, possessions, also how we create a good life here on this earthly planet. So everything that is hindering us and holding us back when it comes to our material possessions is falling away maybe during the full moon lunar eclipse. I like doing like a clean out during a lunar eclipse in general, but in Taurus that would make a lot of sense to go through your material possessions and get rid of what you don't need. So that's a great energy for that around the 19th, and also for your body it's a good energy to detox, because every full moon in an earth sign is always good for our physical appearance, and we can get rid of stuff that we don't need in our system, physically speaking. So also money, cleaning out everything that has to do with finances, getting things in order, going through papers around the 19th, leading up to the 19th this month is a great idea, because Taurus is ruled by Venus, and that's also the planet of money. So this is a beautiful start for you here in general with the Ace of Cups, the Prince of Cups and the Seven of Wands by the end of the month. An Ace of Cups is always a wonderful thing, especially in this deck. It's such a prominent, huge cup. I just love this, and for me it really radiates this endless flow of love and also self-love that we find within ourselves. I see this very strongly as light and self-love we also find through meditation. So if you're meditating, I feel like maybe this picture might speak to you a little more. To me it just does speak in a way that it kind of represents a feeling that or a sentiment that I sometimes can find through meditation. It is a new spring of love, a new opportunity of love, but not just like on the outside world, but more within yourself, and how you radiate that outwards, and how you really step forward with this pure heart, I want to say, and really take your cup with you into situations and bring it forward also in a very pure kind of way, in communication, in your surroundings, and also in your actions where you want to step into, and in your opportunities. So this can be an opportunity that presents itself that is more emotionally fulfilling, and you're taking it, or you're deciding to take it, or to look at it at least. This can also be a chance presented to you from outside, but really for me this Ace of Cups is very much like an inward energy that we find the connection to this endless infinite spring of love within ourselves. It's not always, I understand that it's not always present and not always accessible, but I think in the beginning of the month there is a good chance that you can feel this the very light-hearted energy towards yourself especially, and that very uplifting emotional energy. So now during the month you're moving forward with your cup, so I love that. There's the Prince of Cups here, so you are maybe analyzing your feelings also when it comes to a situation, really looking at it, but at the same time being able to kind of distance yourself from your emotional world as well. The eagle here is floating above the water. He's not diving into the water. So that just means basically that there's a little bit of distance and an analytical sort of approach also when it comes to your emotions, but at the same time you're not disregarding your emotions. So it's a very intellectual way of dealing with your emotions. That's the Prince of Cups in this deck, and it's about air and water. So it's very high understanding, new consciousness when it comes to your emotional world. And he's constantly trying to understand what's in the cup here. There's a snake in there. So the snake is standing for healing, transformation, shedding your skin. So he's trying to understand his own transformation, his own processes, his inner processes, and moving forward with that knowledge. Maybe not fully now ready to really bring his cup outward, or his lotus, actually. That's this love symbol, the lotus, and that's the same lotus flower that this cup is coming out of. So that's the same flower here, what he holds in his hand, and this. There's a little bit of a disconnect, as you can see. He maybe is not fully ready to outwardly present the same feeling that he finds within himself, but that's okay. I mean, that's just a very civilized way of doing things. And the princes are the civilized kind of working type people. By the end of the month, I think you will understand that this way of how to deal with your emotions and how to bring them forward and how to communicate them is really for your highest good, and is actually a very courageous way to stand your ground and to stand in for yourself and to set boundaries here with the Seven of Wands. This is called courage in this deck, and it's Mars in Leo, so it's really about fighting for yourself, fighting for your true self, for who you are, sticking up for yourself, and being like the lonely soldier in a way as well. So this is this is most of the time a situation where you really don't have much backup, but maybe a couple of people against you, which is represented by this other 6 wands and this one big wand, kind of fighting against these other opinions maybe, or standpoints, or just forces that work against you. But having the courage to really stand your ground and stand up for yourself, and having also the force within you, well, may the force be with you. Having the force within you to really stand in for what you believe in and feel in a way is the key here, I think, this month. And this can be in any situation in your life. I see work coming through strongly for some reason, because there's some sort of competition energy here, some sort of success energy. What does success mean? With the 6 wands here in the background of the 7th wand, and also this communication of emotions in a very civilized, kind of still detached way. And that speaks work environment for me for some reason. So let's look at a love relationship situation, or close relationship situation. We do have a 4 of Pentacles here on your side, a 5 of Wands on the other side. So it seems like you are in a situation where you don't want to give up your stability, your resources, especially when you sense some sort of chaotic energy coming towards your way, or conflicted energy, or an energy where you feel like people are not quite sure, are having an inner conflict when it comes to you, or maybe there's more people coming towards you. Maybe you have a couple of different people being in some sort of competition over you, and you're holding on to your money, to your worth, to your resources, not necessarily giving away too much to situations that feel too chaotic. I feel like there is maybe one person that is kind of closer here for you, and a couple of other people who are also in the picture. I don't know, maybe you're just, you know, seeing different people, dating, playing the field, checking out what's out there. If that's not the case, then there is one version, I think, of this other person that is calm and collected and also reliable, that you actually like by your side. But then there is maybe another side of this person that is very conflicted and very competitive also, and wants more, and has a lot of ego action going on, and that's maybe some sort of energy that you're kind of distancing yourself from. Maybe this is also something you want to communicate to this person, and this might be a little uncomfortable, because we have, as a mirroring energy and as this connecting energy, we have the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords represents you as an air sign. So this is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. In general, this is an energy that is very analytical, very careful with their words, but because they understand how words are important and how words can also hurt people. She also understands that sometimes things need to be said that are hurtful, which is not necessarily out of bad intent, but it is necessary, even though it's not comfortable for her. This is what I love in this card, because you see this sword with the blood here, which really represents this, okay, sometimes the truth hurts, but she's not happy about going there. It also hurts her. She has this compassion within her. She still is queen energy. She still has the compassion to understand that the truth is uncomfortable, and it hurts her as well. But certain things need to be said, certain things need to be assessed, certain things need to be seen in a very logical, analytical way, and with a very clear understanding and standpoint. And I think this is what's happening here with communication. Certain things have to be said, certain things have to be communicated that might not be comfortable, certain truths that might not be comfortable, and that might even be somewhat hurtful. Saying them, expressing them might be somewhat hurtful. It's a very Gemini card. So I feel like you might have to really state some truths to this other person or this other party that are uncomfortable for you to express, but at the same time, the reason why it's uncomfortable because you understand that it might hurt the person. But still, it has to be done. It's also a step into a new ground that has not been really explored yet with this cremation ground meditation card. This is very spooky, Halloween season, hello. It's a very spooky card in this deck, and the weird thing is it's the Chariot card. It's the resemblance of the Chariot card, so very different kind of energies. But I think it's really stepping out of old grounds that are kind of not working anymore, and that's something that's happening in the Chariot card, definitely into something new. So we gotta step out of where nothing's left anymore for us to be able to build something new. And you see the new world here coming up in the background, because that's a world, I think, and not a moon. And we build on old grounds. That's what's coming through with this card. And with the Chariot, what we really do is we are able to go on this big new journey, because we have this stable building and castle in the background, and we have to step out of it. So we build also on that experience of stability, where we challenge ourselves to go out of the comfort zone into something new that hasn't been seen before, where we're not entirely sure what the path is that we want to go, but the path will present itself on the way. That's the Chariot energy, and we are very in tune with our intuition to be able to control the forces that pull us in all kinds of different directions, to stay on our intuitive path that feels right. And also the Chariot stands for Cancer, which came out here on the Astro dice, and it fell here on this Four of Pentacles card for you in the German reading. So I don't know if I've mentioned it, but I do these readings in German, and you can find my German channel in the description box below, and that's why the cards are out in the beginning of the reading when I start the reading. The Cancer sign here, I think, really represents of what feels safe for you, what feels homey for you, and nurturing in a way, and what is your comfort zone, because Cancer for me is very much comfort zone, and what makes you step out of the comfort zone, and what kind of triggers you also. This is coming through very strongly right now here in this reading. To step out of your comfort zone. Maybe if people are a little bit too pushy, maybe if people are a little bit too competitive around you, you might get defensive, but I don't see it as a weird reaction. It's really more like it's even stepping out of the comfort zone for you to get reactive with your words. Because with the Queen of Swords upright, she's not just getting defensive in like this negative way, reacting to... She knows how to control herself, and she knows when to say what. She's not just like reacting. She's very thought through. She knows the right timing to say what she needs to say. So this is stable. This is not just some trigger points that just where you explode. This is not at all it. But if you feel too much pressure, maybe, then you might have to say things that are uncomfortable to people. And even though it comes from a nurturing, loving place, it still might be uncomfortable. And what you're really doing is expressing yourself wholeheartedly. This is what I hear with the 5th house, which is the Leo house of self-expression as well, and with this Ace of Cups. And that's wonderful, you know, that's a very beautiful, pure energy and a very beautiful, pure thing. And it's difficult because you're in this very feminine, archetypal energy, loving, caring energy, and at the same time you're standing in your truth. And that's exactly what this wonderful, wonderful, beautiful Queen of Swords card is representing here. It's so good. This deck is so amazing. I'm not surprised why so many tarot readers use it on the regular, because it's just such a shout out to the creator of this deck. I did put it in the description box below. It's such a brilliant deck. Of course, the aesthetics, I mean, that's just a subjective thing, but just all the little details of it for a tarot card reader are beautiful. Okay. That's just a little appreciation for the artist. With the South Node here coming out, your South Node, or the South Node right now, is supposed to be in Sagittarius, I think. So yeah, I guess we have some Sagittarius energy going on in love, with Venus being in Sagittarius and till the 5th, so that's not for very long, but maybe it's really the South Node is more like where you're coming from, and where you're going to, and what do you want to defend when it comes to where you're coming from. So that's something that is coming through for me, and it's, for some reason, it has to do something with the new moon in Scorpio, because I don't know, when I think of the North Node, the South Node, I think of Scorpio. That is just a personal thing, and yeah, there is a new moon in Scorpio on November 4th. So this could be really a new clean slate emotionally, where you dive deeper into your shadow side, into the unknown, to dig up some information from the past that helps you move forward in a courageous way and stand up for yourself. And when we are here with digging up, of course I have to bring up this spooky card again. This card is so spooky. Let me read this again. Cremation ground, meditation. The transient nature of all things, spiritual rebirth and visualization. This is the Chariot card in the tarot. So yeah, that's what it is. Let's pull some charms. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of charms. I can already tell. Wow, that's so much information. First thing coming through, of course, this is coming out. The attachment charm with the heart chakra, or the solar plexus chakra, I'm sorry, which is very much Leo energy. Showing yourself, putting yourself outwards. So when it comes to love, and when it comes to your understanding of love, which is this Venus copper charm, and attachment, then you really do want to show yourself authentically and fully. And you wanna also, therefore, it seems like you're having a grounding effect on this other person. I feel like you're having a grounding effect on this other person. This person is smart. They are not, if there's a specific person, this person is smart. They are trying to figure out the smart way maybe to do things. They have a strategy for themselves. They are also feel like very busy people, or it's really they are dealing with more people, or you are dealing with more. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people. And it seems like you have to cut out people as well, for the sake of love, coming from a place of love. And I think you have to be very clear and focused on your communication. I think you have to be focused on one person in particular, and this is a person that is already on the ground, so be careful what you say, because you can hurt them more. We don't want to, it's a very natural, weird instinct that we have. It's also an animal instinct that we attack the weak. And dogs do it all the time when there's a nervous one. People don't like nervousness or weakness, so it's very weird. Be careful that you don't attack with your words subconsciously, maybe when a weakness. Because what I see is you could hurt a person much more than you think, and that might, in retrospect, make you feel bad about yourself. Something's coming to full circle here, and there is a world sort of element here with this full circle charm. This is also my archetypal female energy, cycles, completion of cycles, endings, beginnings, with this cremation ground, stepping into a new dimension. So you are protected from the evil eye. That's strongly coming through. Even if this feels like dark, destructive energy a little bit, it's really not here to harm you. That's what I hear. Also, there is transformation coming for you through this completion, but it's also going to be work, but at the same time it's going to be fun. So fun, work and fun. This is this charm. This person has a big learning moment they might not see it quite yet, this other party. I think it has to do with how to invest your time, your resources into people, in which people to invest, which people are important. This is my learning charm and this is my investment charm when it comes to smaller circles, or you know, making your circle smaller of people. Don't expand, but make it smaller to have more quality people and not the quantity of people. So this standing in for yourself is about your creative expression. And maybe even you want to show something in the workplace, now is the time. If you want to show yourself, if you want to show something that you worked on creatively, that really represents your true self and your creative, playful self a little more, this is the time to go into it. And then we have another question of what is safe attachment here, and how does this correlate with maybe my sexual, very physical sort of desires. And yeah, it's a lot of how do I get safely attached to a person. That's what you are really having in mind here, and I think that's why you're not giving away your resources to chaotic energies, which is very smart. You can now really work with the past when it comes to understanding your emotions, analyzing your emotions better. So now, I mean, it's a good time to do therapy or talk about, you know, maybe family dynamics, memories can help you, or going through old journals, stuff like that even. Going through old memories here to understand your feelings better. And writing down your worries, I hear, or telling them to a good friend, a close friend, or even to yourself. Or maybe you have a worry puppet. That's like a Peruvian tradition to give to kids before they go to sleep. They can tell them their worries and then they put it under the pillow. And for me, it's also a therapeutic sort of figure. So maybe there is some, it could be a good time to speak to somebody, especially also with the Queen of Swords. Also, maybe this other person might have a therapeutic effect on you. They are very smart. There's at least one, if you're dealing with more people, there is at least one person who is very smart and very clever, and I see you should not underestimate them. Don't, because Gemini is very smart as well, and sometimes they are, you know, if you're, I don't know why this is coming through, maybe this is important, but this is a quote of, I don't even know who said that, I think some Chinese philosopher. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. This is coming through very strongly. If you're the smartest person in the room, you are in the wrong room. So don't underestimate people, you know, because they might surprise you. I don't see bad stuff. I don't see somebody having bad intentions towards you. I don't see anybody really fighting you personally. I just see a lot of chaotic inner conflict. Energy here. There's so much going on in this Five of Wands that I feel like you have to cut out to protect yourself a little bit, or you have to cut out certain energies to protect yourself. Wow, this is this is very eventful reading. There's a lot of information coming through for you, Gemini, as always. And I hope you have a great November. I hope this was helpful. I hope this is something you can work with. Please subscribe, like, comment. It's really, really important. to do that for supporting me and helping me gain more reach, gain more impressions, gain more following, gain more views. So of course that's something I could benefit from, and a lot of other people could benefit from, hopefully. And yeah, if you could just click the like and the subscribe button, if that's not a big deal for you, then please do. And I hope I see you next time. Bye.